It's like every techno song.
I listen to that soundtrack so often.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
You still do?
Oh no, not now.
Was it the first one or Annihilation?
The first one. The first one I listened to like nonstop.
Oh, okay. What's up, everybody?
Oh, hey, hello.
This is PSVR GAMESCAST Live, where we film every Tuesday afternoon at midnight live and bring it to YouTube live every Tuesday afternoon midnight.
Live.
PSVR GAMESCAST Live. Without Jeremy here, we don't really know what we're doing. It's like, well, who's going to talk about 80s movies?
I can give it a shot.
No.
Goonies. No. Overrated.
Whoa.
Yeah. What is?
Mic drop.
No, it's a fun movie. I have a lot of positive memories. But if you had watched that now, without ever having like the childhood memories based with it, it's.
If I watch it now without the childhood memories, I'd be like, who ripped off Stranger Things?
Anyways.
This is just Stranger Things. It's not scary.
After last week, we're going to try to stay away from the controversial topics. So vote.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. What's going on?
Well, today is Election Day in the United States of America. So, those of you who are here in the U.S.,
what are we
please go
voting
vote. We're all voting on all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But if those of you in the rest of the world, you can watch our democracy crash and burn. So that should be fun.
Always fun.
Des, did I just hate on the Goonies? Shut the front door. I can't. It's not my apartment.
But you're allowed to. You're allowed to while you're here.
And it's already shut.
It's already shut and locked because we're a little concerned that you're going to show up. And who knows? Don't mind us.
No, I'm not dissing Goonies. I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying. I know I do like. I would sit down and watch it right this second. Absolutely, I do enjoy it. I think it's fun. But if you put on your a little more objective lens, there's some problems. But anyways, is Jeremy still having butt problems?
Having what problems?
Is Jeremy still having butt problems?
Butt problems?
That was Nick Mulo.
What's up, Nick Mulo?
Hey.
Nick Mulo, a.k.a. the star of tomorrow's viewer takeover.
Bum. Spoilers.
Nick Mulo, the game cat. So man, this is going to be such an off the rails show. I mean, as it always is.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got nothing to do. But this has been an insane couple days leading up to this.
Mm-hmm.
The store, PlayStation Store, just like exploded with like all these new games. There's so much stuff to cover. The only thing I was able to do was get a Derasine review done.
Mm-hmm. And of course, because you spend most of the time learning how to say it.
And the fact that I had to do it twice didn't help anything. I uploaded one at 4 a.m. And then deleted it and uploaded a new one this morning. There's a whole story there. We'll get to it eventually. But also Transpose and Siren and Star Bear, of course, the one we're all looking forward to, Star Bear Taxi. Because Bear's got to be places too,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Huggy Bear Taxi. I'd be down with that.
It's like $5. You'll love it. I don't know. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. Des seems cranky today. Hates Goonies. Hates Election Day.
No, I love Election Day.
Yeah.
I just am not a big fan of what's been happening lately. I don't want to get political. That's just, let this be the one place on earth we can just have fun and talk about stuff that's not politics.
Okay.
Maybe?
Oh.
Please? Oh, God. Did you see it? Anyways. All right. So, yeah. But, I mean, the fact that all these games are coming out is fantastic for the platform. It's fantastic for PSVR. It's absolutely awful for us.
Yeah, agreed. So if you're looking for coverage of these games,
mm-hmm.
don't go anywhere else. No one else is trustworthy. Because who knows, man? Like fucking, I bet Polish Paul's new favorite game is Star Bear Taxi.
I bet it is actually.
Who can trust that guy? He liked Broom Kaboom.
Okay, that's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
No, we love Polish Paul. We love all the other PSVR YouTubers. But we're gonna get to each and every single one of these games at some point this week.
Yeah.
And actually, this stream is gonna go till about 2 something ish.
Okay.
2 our time, so at least an hour.
Yeah.
And then at 3 our time, so 2 hours from now, I'll be doing a Siren live stream.
Okay.
First impressions, no idea how it's going to go. Yes. We've been talking about Siren fucking forever.
Yeah.
And so I'm very excited to finally check it out.
So we just got a $2 donation from Joystick Guru.
Hey,
Thank you
buddy.
so much. He says, "Cuz to lovers, muscly arm, sunglasses, emoji, always a good time. Hi all."
Cuz to lovers?
Because of the love.
Because the loves.
And we've got another one from Wolfie Smith the Game Cub.
Wow.
£2 or £2 because we're cool. Happy 86th birthday to Ron Saunders. So That's amazing.
Who's Ron Saunders?
I don't know, but he just turned 86. That's fantastic.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
If I make it to 86, I'm going to be fucking craziness.
And then, actually, right in the line with that, Mezzed Up One. Brian, recently had to temporarily stop my Patreon due to finances. We'll restart in a week, though. Love from LA. Wow, LA. That's awesome.
I'm assuming they were. So I woke up like October 1st. Or what month were we in? November 1st, and I saw like 2 or 3 different Patreon supporters had like cut their Patreon support.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We love and. I was gonna say love and support. No, you support us.
Yes.
But we love you back. And the thing is like we understand. Like we understand. You never have to apologize to us. I get emails all the time from people apologizing, saying, this happened in my life and this happened or whatever. I had to cut my Patreon support back. We get it. We totally get it. You never have to explain anything. Real life always comes first.
We should be the last line on your finances.
Well, no. Like the second or third.
Second
line,
or third or last.
Right,
okay.
But your health and most of your family comes first.
Get your affairs in order first, and then see if there's a little, couple pennies left for us.
Most of your family. Like I've got cousins that like definitely fall far below this. Channel.
Yeah, so I mean, don't feel bad at all. Like that's not even something like Brian was saying before I interrupted. That's not something you need to apologize for. Yeah, this is yeah.
Yeah, Starberry Taxi is only $5. I got to say, when I was doing PSVR this week, we were. If only we get that to pop up during the live stream. I don't have enough hands. We need somebody running the show. That's what we need. But like so all the trailers. So I basically edit as a viewer. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Some people have like formulas in their head where they're like, okay, like this, there has to be 10 seconds of trailer and then it fades and then, the volume comes down and then the voiceovers pop up and they have like this technical like thing that they do. I just do it all by watching. I'm like, when does it sound right for the voiceovers to start? When does it sound right for this, or when does it seem right for this trailer to end?
Yeah.
Starberry Taxi I could have watched all day long. Because it's the cheapest game of the group. It's probably one that people care the least amount about. But the music was so bouncy and catchy, and it was just adorable. It's got this adorable cartoon aesthetic, and bears, it's like Crazy Taxi, but with like bears all over the place.
So we've got an update on Ron Saunders.
Oh.
He was the Aston Villa manager who won 2 league cups and league championships in the late 70s and early 80s. So that's football stuff, I'm guessing. And then Metcat says, I donate myself, which is worth more than money.
True.
That is also true.
Just be careful, because when you donate yourself, we will use you in strange and mysterious ways. I don't think Metcat's going to have a problem with that.
No. Mickey Sensei does, though.
Mikey Sensei.
Mikey Sensei. God damn it. Do I ever get that right?
No. Jeremy doesn't either.
Get in line, Metcat. So, frequencies illuminated. Oh, he's serious about the bear game.
I have no idea. I haven't played it, but it's adorable.
Yeah,
right. It's adorable, and the music's bouncy. And honestly, like we've talked about this before. Like, what is the lowest?
Hey, Skibby.
Hey, what's up, Skibby? What's the lowest price that you would where is that cutoff point where you go, fuck reviews, I don't need a review for this game, I'm just gonna buy it because it looks cute? I think $5 is that magic number.
$5 is just this side of free, honestly, as far as games go.
Where you're like, you know what, it's gonna take me longer to look up a review than like my time is worth more than it. Yeah, fuck that. So I'm curious. I'm very curious to see how that's gonna go.
Well, we will take a look at it for you.
Maybe we should do a 24-hour
live stream,
Starbear Taxi live stream.
Just sight unseen. Not knowing anything about the game. Just go 24 hours.
I'm gonna have to get some donations of Move controllers, so that because there's no way that mine are gonna last that long. I'm just gonna have to have piles of Move controllers all synced to my system, ready to go. And as they just die, I just toss them and grab a new one.
That's kind of a crazy idea,
right? 24-hour live stream with Move controllers, Starbear Taxi style.
So what if we do it? I don't know. I'm just thinking donation style. Do a marathon. X amount of hours per day. I don't know. We'll sit on that.
Hey, we're just talking mad shit about Polish Paul, and he showed up.
Hey!
God Cannon said, "Speak of the Polish, he shall appear." It's like Beetlejuice.
No. Did you know Community did a Beetlejuice show that took 3 seasons?
What's Community?
Okay, well, Community was a sitcom written by Dan Harmon, one of the co-creators of Rick and Morty.
Actually, something I knew. Crazy.
Over 3 seasons, randomly throughout the dialogue, someone said Beetlejuice. Okay, like season 1, Talking Talk Talking, someone says Beetlejuice. Season 2, Talking Talk Talking, someone says Beetlejuice. Season 3, during the Halloween episode, a third person says it, and an extra walks through the back, through a window, like, there's just a window in the background, dressed up as Beetlejuice. That's freaking commitment to a joke right there. That's amazing.
Yeah, how many people do you think were on top of that? Like that?
Oh,
like
I don't think anyone.
We're watching and we're like, huh, that's the third time they said Beetlejuice, and there he is.
No, what it was someone's was like, they said Beetlejuice, and he showed up. And like, no, you have to say it 3 times. And tried to like out nerd
Got it.
the creators. And they were like, no, you know what? Fuck you. We set this up over 3 years.
Yeah.
So
here's a little peek behind the curtain. Polish Paul, right before we started filming, sent me like this super sweet DM on Twitter.
He
right?
did.
Saying like something very nice about like, our reviews and stuff. And so what do? Mm-hmm. I start the stream by fucking bashing him. I'm like, fuck Polish Paul. He likes Vroom Kaboom. This is how relationships in my life work. Also why I'm single.
Okay, fair enough.
So
are you saying you want to date Polish Paul?
No.
Okay.
No, I just like abusing him because he seems to take the abuse pretty well.
Fair enough.
Paul, we fucking love you. That's what we really said.
Hey, Robert Meadows, flying by, like literally flying by. If you are on a plane watching this, I want to know. I need to know.
Robert Meadows is awesome. Here's why.
Yeah.
Because he stopped into the Home Sweet Home PSVR review discussion we did yesterday.
Okay.
By the way, everyone go to that video right now and click like and then come back.
Please do.
We'll wait. There's never enough likes on that goddamn show. Eventually, we're going to start thinking you don't like it.
Maybe we should start making it better.
But come on, that takes work. We can just ask people for likes.
That's fair enough.
So Robert Meadows stops in, says, I haven't played this game, so I'm not watching it. Just came by to say hi, and then he clicked like. I'm assuming you clicked like. I didn't read the whole comment because I'm busy. What's up, Will? How you doing, dude? Everyone's here. This is great. This is where we hang out.
You're single, yes. My cat.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that was, for anyone who doesn't keep up with me on Facebook, my relationship lasted a solid week. That was
impressive.
That was a record. And most people are saying, "Oh, it's the worst relationship of your life." Quite the opposite. That's about the best I got. All right, guys, let's talk about some video game stuff. Ooh, after we say thank you to Jens Litzbaka, Candyman. Is it? How many times do you have to say Candyman?
Apparently 5. So Candyman.
Is that a thing? I remember the Candyman movies, but like
I think you're supposed to say it in a mirror.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's like the whole Bloody Mary thing.
Right.
But do you say it 5 times?
I'm not sure how many times, but
because now this whole Beetlejuice thing just sounds like a fucking.
I do know there's actually there's a thing like the Bloody Mary thing is actually there's a real thing that happens. So when you stare into a blank space, expecting to see a face, eventually your brain gets really, really bored and just starts making shit up. And eventually you will start seeing weird, distorted faces and shapes.
I do that during the podcast. Yeah, my brain gets bored all the time.
So see Bloody Mary. There we are.
The Bloody Mary thing, and I want to say Paranormal Activity. Jesus, 3.
Hey,
4,
buddy Bobby, you've got 5 minutes. He's going to spend it with us. Thank you.
5. One of all the Paranormal Activity movies are the same.
Yeah,
but one of them,
except the one that's different.
The one of them that has the Bloody Mary thing with the girls in the bathroom. Yeah. Oh my god! Talk about like just me like sitting in the movie theater holding on, going, what's going to happen? It did not disappoint.
Yeah,
I love those movies.
Okay, Nicky Miller, the game cat. Will Des definitely talk about Home Sweet Home on Viewer Takeover? Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. Everyone was trying to guess which horror game we were going to do this week.
Yeah,
this week, and everyone guessed Dreadhalls. Everyone.
You were incorrect.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Is that a horror? I guess it's a horror game.
Dreadhalls?
Oh, am I thinking the wrong thing?
It was the one on Hero Kid.
Yes. All right, yeah.
Hey, Super Heavy Metal Demon, thank you so much for $2. Operation Warcade Rules. Yeah, I agree with that statement.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a PlayStation 1 game, but man, is it ever good.
Honestly, I haven't played it yet, so. The only Operation game in my life is Operation Wolf.
Thank you so much for the tip, Super Heavy Metal Demon. Love your name, but also I've got to ask you, dual moves or aim controller?
Bum, bum, bum.
Right? Because that is a great game, but I have to say that when it was the first time they ever put me behind the wheel of a moving vehicle that I could grab the steering wheel, turn, and shoot a gun outside. I was like, "Oh, Grand Theft Auto in VR is going to be so good! I can't wait." That's why I like the moves better in Operation Warcade. Really good stuff.
Yeah, London Heist took the wheel out of our hands at least.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun for sure. Can you find Terrified Me as a kid? Yeah, okay, nice, fantastic. All right, guys. Last week on
the musical score. I missed that word score. I'm like, the musical still gives me the cheers. There's a Candyman musical. That's amazing.
That would be incredible. That'd be really incredible. In fact, Wolfie Smith asks if he asks. Wait, is he saying?
I think it's two. It's hi Madman.
That's 2 comments.
And then, do you recommend Decine?
Derasine.
Can't decide between that and Transpose.
So here's the thing. My Transpose review is done.
Yep.
I just need to capture. This is. You know what? Let's start the show the way we begin every episode. No. I just need to get this out of the way.
Yeah.
So Derasine is awesome.
Derasine.
Right? And I played the whole thing yesterday, and I got a review up on the channel at like 2:00 in the morning, and for some reason, I was like, I just need to get back into this game.
Ooh.
And so as soon as the review was done, I jumped back in, and I'd said in the review it was like about 3 hours, right?
Okay.
And I guess I came across a little lukewarm during my review.
Okay.
And I didn't really consider any of this, right? But then I jumped right back in. It was late at night. It's like 2:00 in the morning, and I just start playing again, and I'm like just so happy to be back in the world, And I was like, man, I just played this whole game. Like, why am I starting it over again? And I was like, because I want to find all the hidden coins and stuff.
Sure.
Right? And so I'm like going around the world, and I'm just enjoying everything. And I'm like, man, I love being here. Like, it's click turning and teleportation and stuff. But man, oh man, I'm like, I just love being here. And I played for like 2 more hours.
Oh wow!
Right. But then at 4:00 in the morning, I take the headset off and I see what time it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's 4 a.m. I've been playing this for 2 hours, and I'm not at the halfway point yet, and I know all the puzzle solutions. I was like, so awesome. Wait a minute, but that means my review is inaccurate.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I say it was 3 hours? I was convinced it was 3 hours, and then somehow I screwed up. So I had to go back in and fix it. It's more of like a 4 to 5 hour game, closer to 5, I'm sure. And also when I went back 2 hours after the review had been published, I saw all these comments, and a lot of them were saying, "You okay?
So that clock is not right."
No. Oh, no.
Okay.
Totally not right. That doesn't... daylight savings is ridiculous. There were all these comments on the review that were like, man, you gave this such a rough review. It's actually a really good time, and I really like this game. I was like, wait. I like this game. What about the review? So I watched the review a couple more times, and I was like, not only did I get how much time it takes to beat it wrong, but everyone was kind of right. Like, it didn't come across like I enjoyed the game. Yeah. And I was like, man, I went through all these technical things, and they never actually said, but it's great.
But I love it, yeah.
So what I had to do was at 4:00 in the morning, take the review off of YouTube.
I'll just read. Oh, totally.
And then wake up early today, 7:00 in the morning, and do some rewrites, re-edit, re-upload, do the whole thing, which meant that 7:00 this morning, I should have been doing my Transpose review. Which
7:00 this morning, you should have been sleeping.
Whatever. But my Transpose review is done. It's all written, and basically I just need to capture some gameplay footage and kind of shove it all together.
Yeah.
Transpose is a great game for $20. Holy crap! But it just sucks that review totally should have been done by now. But because I totally screwed up my Derasine review, what are you gonna do?
So we got a bunch of comments about Predator the musical now. That's awesome. Matt Cat's puppy hurt her leg yesterday. Sorry about that. And this is interesting from a Hobbit, the game cat. Do games feel different to you if you play for fun against playing to review the game? Yes.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm looking at different things. Like if I'm playing to review, I kind of remove myself a little bit because I'm trying to pay more attention to things like the control scheme, the actual how the game plays. I'm not just trying to sit there and get immersed in the world and lost in the story. Because typically, if I'm doing a review, which I don't do many, but there's a little bit of a time crunch. It's like, I need to get this game done to a significant level within a certain amount of time, so I can't just kind of goof around and take it at my own pace.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's sort of the reason why
bye, Bloody Bobby.
Oh,
Bloody Bobby.
He had all 5 minutes. Thank you for spending with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's sort of why my Derasine review came across so lukewarm. It's because I didn't get to just kind of like chill out and enjoy the game.
Yeah,
I was definitely like playing it as if I was on a deadline,
Right.
And I'm like blasting around, you know, like just like, okay, this guy's talking, okay, is he done being talking? Okay, cool, I can move on now. And like I didn't just embrace it. And so it wasn't until my second playthrough where like I was actually embracing it and being like, no, I really do like this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure. It's tough. For me, it's when there's a deadline.
Yeah.
You know, like Transpose I got like a week ago, which was awesome because they were like, hey, here, you know, like take your time and play this game and experience it the way it's meant to be experienced. Meanwhile, you know, when Sony sends you a review key like 3 hours after the embargo lifts, you're like, oh, thanks. Like, we appreciate it, but man, now it's like I feel like I need to get this done immediately.
Yeah. Coco the Poop Dog just gave us a $2 donation and says, insert Woody comment here, which I guess I just did.
Is it Woody the... Is it Coco the Poop Cat Dog still?
Coco the Poop Cat. Coco the Poop Cat Dog. I cannot talk. Oh my god.
Madman, I'm up to 4 coins. I think I found 4 coins. The first time through, I only found 1. It was like a pretty simple one. There's a clue right away. But man, oh man, like those, they are really well hidden coins. And so now that I'm partway through my second playthrough, I'm up to 4 coins. I think. Okay. I can't imagine. I feel like I've searched everywhere. I can't believe there's 4 more coins I need to find. It's insane. Durasne, oh man, it's $30. Is it that expensive? Probably that expensive. I don't know.
Gift it under achievers. Di Serono on the rocks, please.
There we go.
Because it sounds like Durasne.
Sure, it does.
Sure.
Yeah. Durasne is $30. Transpose is $20.
Yeah.
Also, let's.
So obviously, it's $10 better. Clearly. That's the way price works, right?
I'm sure there's something to that effect. But you know what? But here's the game. Here's the game we've been talking about for so long. I'm so happy it's finally coming out today. Because I love partial nudity, blood and violence. Yep. This is finally Siren.
Dun, dun, dun.
I can't believe we're finally getting Siren, and I'm definitely excited to do a live stream.
And Durasane, is it free teleport or no teleport?
Free teleport? Are we making up terms now?
Well, I can teleport to wherever I want.
No
teleport where you have to jump to here or here or here.
Oh, no. It's pre-designated spots.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's what he means by node.
Oh, node teleport. I thought I said no teleport.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's definitely node.
Or nude teleport.
I like nude teleport. No pants.
All right, so Siren.
Yeah, so no, you know what? Again, I've been so hyped for Siren for so long but again, I'm very, very, very curious to know if this game's going to hold up. It came out on PC VR like over a year ago, and I think if we got this over a year ago, it would have been would have come out in a much different ecosystem. Yeah. And now it's coming out. You know, we've got so many amazing games that all look kind of similar. I'm very curious to see what this is going to be like. Everyone says that looks like Scarlett Johansson.
And what exactly is partial nudity in that game? I haven't played it yet.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't played it yet either. Yeah. But it does look like a lot of the Sirens are like half naked. Okay. Which, I mean, makes me kind of not want to shoot them.
The game, let's see. Oh, and Tetris is $10 better. Lethal Weasel VR. And Tetris is $10 better than that. Yeah, that's actually the new rating system we're going to be using. We're just basing everything on the price. If it's more expensive, clearly it must be better.
Definitely.
So we're just going to shutter the channel now.
So yeah, right. Everything just go way easier. But the curious thing for me about Siren is that the fact that it's divided into 2 episodes. Yeah. And that they're so drastically different from each other.
2 episodes. They are both coming out like when I buy Siren and I fire it up, those episodes are both in my game.
Oh yeah.
Go, right. Okay. I'm not going to get to the end of episode 1 and say episode 2 coming soon.
No. Okay. No. That's the fortunate thing.
I'm looking at you. You know who you are. Home sweet home.
And Moss and every single.
No, Moss eased you into it.
Okay.
Home Sweet Home was like bang.
Yeah, it hits you upside the head for sure. But yeah, so Siren has 2 very distinct different chapters. Like the first one is like stealth gameplay. It's like cool, and the second is just like,
whoa, dude, Madman.
What happened?
A 20 quid donation.
Dude, Madman.
Oh, we missed it.
What?
Man, that was worth $20 for you. Siren, rock paper scissors slap. We missed it. During the Siren thing, a siren went off. We didn't do rock paper scissors.
There's a siren?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was saying siren.
Yeah, there was a siren during Siren.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, Sorry, guys. The caffeine has not kicked in yet. I'm gonna drink. This is my first cup of coffee. Give me a break.
Jotaku X, being that we're not in the United States of America, I cannot say that comment out loud because it could be misinterpreted very badly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Madman. We appreciate you so much.
Do we owe? I mean, we gotta.
Are we doing now?
Well, for
Better late than never.
20 quid.
All right.
Yep. Oh crap.
That was a pretty good slap, wasn't it?
That was right in my ear canal, man.
Excellent. Well, he paid me $20 to do it.
Oh no! Oh, it should have said Siren. No, there was actually a Siren too. Looking for the episode. What am I missing?
What?
I don't know. Adversary 1 just said the same thing. Looking forward to episode COON. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I have no idea. I'm not sure what that means.
Because that's like not a great term here. So.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that a racial thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not so much in New England, but in certain areas of the country, it's not a great one.
Yeah.
That was a $20
slap. No doubt.
I mean,
that's right, God Cannon.
I have no shame. I'll get slapped for $20.
Fantastic. So you know what? We started this show like all over the place, man.
Yes.
Like we are definitely all over the place.
That's okay.
But one of the games that came out last week, I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit.
Okay.
And that was this. Right here, there we go. Paper Dolls.
There was a lot of questions in the chat. I'm glad you.
Yeah. Now the thing with Paper Dolls is that like I got to a certain point in the game.
Oh, okay. It's my fault. I said that word instead of saying 2. Apparently, I had a slip of the tongue.
Oh, I didn't.
That's what you're saying.
I didn't hear it.
I've had like last night at the club. I was just so bad while I was teaching classes. Like I just couldn't get a word out. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I mean, trust me, man. Like when I was doing my Durasne review.
Yeah.
What would I say? I actually recorded the same line 3 times over.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I'm fucking trying to be a perfectionist, and I said it wrong every single time. And then when I finally came down to editing, I was like, I don't have a good take of this line because I said it the wrong way 3 times in a row. I said like in lieu of good storytelling, Durasne relies on its storytelling. So it was supposed to be in lieu of good puzzle solving. So anyway, Paper Dolls is super interesting, and I think a lot of it gets so much hate, and I don't even know if it's getting hate from people who have been playing it, or people who have been. Or people who've just been watching other people play, or if they're just accepting reviews as fact. But here's the thing: I'm still only halfway through Paper Dolls. I'm like 6 hours in. I'm halfway through. I've solved half the puzzles, and I guess there is a walkthrough now online.
Okay.
And part of me just wants to go. Okay, you know what? I need to just suck it up and use the walkthrough.
Yeah.
And not solve it myself. That's not right. Hold on a second.
Oh.
These talk about some outdated Patreon support.
So while you're doing that, okay. Oh no, you got it fixed. All right.
So the control scheme in Paper Dolls is why it's getting so much hate. Obviously, it's a very dark game, and people are like, "Oh, it's way too dark." And I'm like, "No, this is cool. Not all games have to be dark to be scary, but this game works, right?"
Yeah.
But it's the walking mechanic. So to walk forward, you have to click the left trigger to move your left leg, and then click the right to move your right leg, and then it's this back and forth thing, and I feel like you're like an old person walking with like a walker or something, right? And so it at a certain point, it doesn't matter how fast you're clicking these things, you're not running,
right?
You're like shuffling slowly away from. So
if you do left twice, do you turn?
If you do left twice, you do a quick turn to the left. That's how they use the quick turning. There's not a button,
right? Double
click, turn. And so if you mess up, if you happen to mess,
it's like moving a sofa, like a refrigerator.
Sure, yeah, like a refrigerator. But if there's like a spirit that's chasing you, that's trying to kill you, because there always is, and you're like, and you happen to mess up.
Oh, and then you go,
you like turn, and you're like, no, I didn't want to turn, I wanted to keep running. It's like, so it's the control scheme. It's one of the worst control schemes I've ever encountered. But strangely, at a certain point, you stop thinking about it.
Okay.
Which is why we always question the developers going, how the hell did this get through QA? How the hell did this get through, who play tested this for you? And I think they did, right? Because they've been working on it for so long that this is totally natural. totally natural, and eventually it becomes totally natural while you're playing it, which is like the ultimate Stockholm syndrome, right? So Paper Doll is getting a lot of flack, but for the price, I still have to recommend it, and I'm not even done. For the 6 hours I've played, it's worth this $17, and for another 6 hours, totally worth it.
So that brings me to this. A few people have mentioned it, but I'm going to give Jotaku X the credit for it. You guys going to mention the new move patterns? You probably should. Looks like Sony might be serious about this one. Finally has a thumbstick, and then Solo Vision chimes in with, and a touchpad?
Yeah, it looks great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we've seen so many patents, right?
Yeah.
Like this is not the first time we've seen a patent for new move controllers.
Right.
And it's like awesome. We're thrilled that it's coming. But is anyone surprised that it's coming? I think the surprise is going to be it's not for this generation.
Yeah, I mean, I think that seems a lot more reasonable that it's going to be for the next gen. Because, again, we said it, like, developing new hardware is a long, complicated process, especially for someone like Sony who, as much as we tend to bash on them sometimes, they really want to make sure the hardware is living room safe and will work. So that's a long process of, designing and prototyping and testing, blah, blah, blah. I find it hard to believe that they would spend all that time and money developing something for this headset when PS5 maybe not be right around the corner, but you can start seeing the top of its head sort of peeking up.
Yeah, the one caveat to that, I guess, would be if we're all very curious. Are PSVR games going to be compatible with PlayStation 5 and PSVR 2? Are the current move controllers going
PSVR also? Right.
What?
And PSVR also. Oh, PSVR 2. I see. Right. I'm dumb.
So hey, if Sony's willing to this late in a generation put out new move controllers for the current gen, like PS4 and PSVR, those have to be compatible with PS5 and PSVR 2. Like that is literally like that's the one caveat is like in my book there's no way in hell these things are coming out anytime soon.
I don't think so.
If they do come out soon, that's the only exception. Is that they've got a longer lifespan plan. It's going to be a cross-generational lifespan for these controllers. And
Joystick Gurus, it says subscriber question. I don't know if that's a thing, but okay. Borderlands 2 physical in EU.
No.
Yeah,
if you're in the EU, you have a better sense of this than we do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, we do, we try to listen to what we can and hear rumors, but we don't really have like inside info on any of the stuff. So no one from Sony is checking in with us saying, "Hey, you guys, just to let you know, Borderlands 2 is getting a physical release or is not or whatever." So
I know you don't get inside info, but I get a lot of inside info.
Okay, I don't get any.
But
I barely get any outside info.
But when it comes to like big AAA releases like that, no, we've got nothing.
Yeah.
We'll know more as it comes along. As of right now, they are saying that there's no physical release, aren't they? Like that.
As far as I know, yeah.
Even in the States, I'm pretty sure that's what they've been saying.
Just an observer, the Game Dog. I think odds are good E3 will have PS5 announcement. I don't know. They did everything they could to not say the words PS5 last time they made any public announcements.
I mean, E3, that's real early.
Yeah.
I would say, God, I would say if I was a betting man, which I'm not because I'm really bad, I lose all bets.
Yeah.
I bet 2019 comes and goes and we don't hear anything about PS5.
It wouldn't shock me. It seems like all these hardware manufacturers are trying to figure out a way to get out. Someone, Cornerstone City 777 just made, they make new consoles every 2 years now, move controllers, nothing. I think they're doing everything they can to get out of that cycle because that is a very expensive and very loss-heavy cycle. Okay, it's costs a ton of money to develop these new things. These new consoles, and most of the time they're taking a loss on them anyways when they sell them. It is a huge gamble every time they do that. If they can, as a company, if they can do something to stretch out that window, you've got like Microsoft really doubling down on the digital, what do they call their digital subscription? I can't remember now. But
wait, the new game thing, Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass. You've got Microsoft doubling down on that stuff. Sony's trying to get into that, get us there too. I think these hardware manufacturers, they really want to pad out that cycle, so they can kind of maximize their profits while still making us feel like we're getting new stuff. So that's why you're seeing these, half iterations like, PS Plus and Xbox One X, because making it a little better is a little cheaper. And Grimcat, the Game Cat, just gave us $2. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sunday Catnip game contestants, good luck now.
So
I know what those words mean individually.
What day is today? Today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
So apparently this Sunday
is the Catnip games.
Catnip games. Grim Catnip, because I'm horrible at everything we do. What's the game? What game are you guys playing this week?
Yeah.
And also, what are the rewards? And tell people where to find you and how to enter and all that stuff.
Oh, someone's got some someone actually has some inside info. Eisvogel, EISPFOGEL, 7 nanometer AMD processors / GPU will not be available this early. My guess is the PS5 will arrive at the end of 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking the end of 2020. Sony's been really good about announcing at the beginning of a year and releasing at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking fall 2020 is when we'll see PlayStation 5.
Right. Which tracks to holiday season and all that other stuff too. I mean, it's not going to come out this holiday season, clearly. Yeah, and with all the other issues we talked about, 2019 is looking pretty unlikely. 2020, I think that's when you're starting to get reasonable.
Yeah.
That's also with the supply chain issue you're talking about there. Yep. I have kids in grade school who are the same age as the PS4. Time to move on ASAP.
Wow.
Oh, that's your call. Hey Brian, what was the PSVR games announced at PGW? LOL.
Oh. I think he's laughing at me because because we.
That's Polish Paul.
Yeah, because in the wake of when Sony canceled the PlayStation experience this year,
mm-hmm.
I was like, oh well, I mean, like this is one of their last chances to announce something. They're like, and I was like, man, this is like what a perfect time.
Yeah.
Paris Games Week to announce the Beat Saber release date.
Nope. Nothing.
As always, we have no idea what the fuck Sony's doing.
I'm just saying it's not coming out. Beat Saber's just not coming out.
Stop baiting the trolls. When did PlayStation 4 come out?
PlayStation 4.
November 15, 2013. 7654. It's only been 4 years.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Nope.
Right? So it's only been 4 years. The PlayStation 3 had like a 7-year lifespan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got plenty of time, guys. I think next year just seems too early.
No,
especially like if you are unhappy with your PlayStation 4
mm-hmm.
and you want your games to look better,
you get the PS Pro.
You buy the Pro.
Yeah.
I think there hasn't even been a price drop for the Pro yet.
Right.
So I think that's what Sony's banking on is like if you want an upgrade, here we're going to drop the price of the Pro down to like. I don't know, what, 300?
Yeah. And I think that's kind of goes back to what I was saying. They're doing these incremental releases so they can stretch out the lifetime. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw more than 7 years. Just because, they've given us the PS Pro, and that way what they can do then is put their R&D into creating something that is going to actually knock your socks off when it comes out, right? Because now you've got... this consumer chain, like, okay, what do we get every time? Well, the graphics are a little better. The graphics are a little better. The graphics are a little better. Then we had everyone, once the Wii came out, everyone was trying motion control and to, better or greater or lesser success.
Lesser.
So, yeah. So now I think, Sony's trying to, again, pad out the time so they can come out with the next big thing. So when it launches, it is like, oh no, you need to get the PS5 because of blank that nobody else has.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that kind of creativity takes time and money. And the Nintendo already did the Switch, so.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't.
So, Grim Catnip, an update on the Catnip games.
Thank you.
Wipeout is the game.
Nice.
$20 PS North America code to the winner.
Very nice.
Currently, the sign-up is full. Check the PSVR Without Parole Gamecast community for Catnip game posts in the event tab.
That's something we are horrible at reminding you guys about. If you guys want to keep up with the conversation, if you want to hang out with the loyalists of the loyal Game Cats, give us $1 or more a month on patreon.com/withoutparolegames. But also go on your PlayStation 4, go over to the community tab and join our community. It's the PSVR. It's PSVR Without Parole Game Cats.
Polish Paul VR says Wii U had 3-year lifespan. LOL. Yeah, because that was a massive failure that almost killed the company.
Massive failure. In fact, that was too long of a lifespan.
Yeah.
I'm sure
it should have been snuffed out within 6 months.
If Nintendo had any idea that it was going to be that big of an abject failure, they would have had the Switch ready like 2 years sooner.
It should have gone the way of the Virtual Boy. That was
What, gone down in history as the greatest thing ever?
Well, yeah.
The Wii U is greatly underrated, by the way. The Wii U is a fantastic...
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not what people thought. You give someone a big, shiny tablet-looking thing and say, oh, great, now I can take this out of the house. No, sorry. It's just a big, clunky controller.
Our friend Just Incredible VR writes... and by the way, did you change your name, Just Incredible VR? I think it was a JU5 before? It's like... I feel like you just changed it.
Now, are you any relation to Justin Willman?
Who's that?
Justin Willman. You know that Magic for Humans?
It's not him.
That's Justin Willman, and his stage name used to be Just Incredible.
Do you think PlayStation 5 will have PSVR 2 upon release?
I think that's very likely.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I think that might be the big shiny they're trying to sell us.
Yeah. See, I think they don't. I don't think that they. I think as a man, how should I put this? Is it more likely that you're going to buy a brand new $500 console and then a year later buy a brand new $400 headset? Or is it more likely that on the same day you're going to drop $900 on a PS5 and a PSVR 2? From Sony's perspective, what do they think the consumers are more likely to do? If they launch PS5 backward compatible with PSVR, the current headset that we have now, and say, hey, it's going to upscale your games, hey, it's going to do super sampling, hey, all your games are going to look better, and it's going to be backward compatible with all of your PS4 games and your PSVR games, and so they get you in the door. They're like, okay, now you're a PlayStation 5 gamer instead of a PlayStation 4 gamer, right. And then a year later, they're like, you're already on board. Here's a new headset.
I think it's a strategic choice. For me, I think it depends on where Sony sees the future of gaming going. If they see it as going to VR, because again, we're talking about something like 2 or 3 years from now, at the earliest. If they see a massive trend toward, like, you know what, oh my gosh, this VR thing is taking off after all, then I think we're going to be like this. Maybe not a bundle, but maybe a launch day. We have both ready. I don't think having the consumer pay $1,000 right off the. I don't think that's very reasonable.
No,
I could be wrong. But I honestly think very close to launch, if not at launch, you're going to have both.
He did change his screen name. I'm so observant. There's 24,000 of you, and I keep up with all of you. It's unbelievable. This is why I don't have any relation.
And then Polish Paul said, Virtual Boy had the first ever VR Tetris. It did. So, you know what? Virtual Boy is awesome. $900. Robert Meadows, the Game Cat. $900. Good Lord. How about I give you $2 to slap me in the eyes? Well, you'll see all sorts of nice sparkly stars, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I think from a business standpoint, I just if they really push the marketing of saying, because they're already talking about PS5 being PS4 backward compatible.
Yeah.
Immediately I think they just want all 70 million people who have a PS4. Their first and primary concern isn't getting them into PSVR 2. It's getting them to continue to be a PlayStation gamer.
Yes, that's true.
Hey, guys, here's the PlayStation 5. Here it is. And then say, if you've already got a headset, you're good to go. Just plug it right in. You're good to go.
Want to really get people upset?
No.
How would they get rid of optical drives entirely on PS5?
They're not going to.
No. Well, it's backwards compatible as long as you have the digital version.
That is the rumor of optical drives going away. It's just, it doesn't make any sense for like another decade.
Said the guy who invested heavily in cassettes. What?
No. It doesn't make any sense. There are still areas of the country that have horrible internet. Do you know how many people are still playing No Man's Sky that never updated it because they don't have internet access? Like they're playing the game that came in the box without the day one update. They're playing it without all the new patches because that is a way of life for some people.
Yeah.
They've never updated their firmware on their PS4. They've never gone online with their. This is a way of life for some people.
There's so many games they can't play then because awful.
This is a way of life for some people.
Yeah. No, it's
and you can't suddenly take that away. You can't say, well, I guess you're fucked, right?
Well,
you can't.
I seem to remember a company whose name rhymes with Microsoft doing something very similar.
And where are they?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? They are struggling. They've got the most powerful console on the market, Des, and they can't even maintain half.
Bye, Matt Cat.
Hey,
Love
Matt
you
Cat,
too.
take it easy. They can't even maintain half of the sales that Sony has.
Yeah.
So I mean, these things
because they didn't have VR. That's what's keeping them behind.
That's what's doing it. I wish that was the case. I wish that was the reason.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if it did come out and we would be like on competing channels? Because I would have stuck with Xbox because that's my jam.
So if Microsoft releases VR, are you going to start your own channel?
No, not at this point. No, I'm too invested. I switched streams. I'm now invested in the Sony world for better or worse. But no, I was an Xbox guy.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't know.
Though in all fairness, you were like last gen Xbox guy.
That's true. Just Incredible VR. Bye. Yeah, but that's the other thing. I was also budget gamer. I'm deliberately staying a generation behind.
Yeah, when you entered VR was your first time. You were like, I'm on top of games the day they come out.
Gabriel 004, the Game Cat, $4.99, commentless. Just so you know, Gabriel, your $4.99 does get you us reading your comment online. So
yeah,
it's a guaranteed readout.
Yeah, although I think we should set that to like $5 minimum.
Okay.
Okay, because I really feel like if you want to commit to your comment,
right,
you got to back it up with some cash.
I hope PS5 has additional USB ports. Oh, thank God, yes.
Xbox without Parole, it just sounds wrong. I gotta say, you're right, Polish Paul. Although recently I was talking on a stream about starting a retro channel.
Yeah.
Not that I have time for it, but
dude, no.
In my dream world, where one day this becomes like some kind of business where like we have multiple people, working here. I would love to have Without Parole retro.
Yeah.
Where it's just like I finally get to like dive into like the bookshelves. And go, hey, remember this game I bought like 17 years ago? I'm going to play it now.
Like, Without Parole Engage channel?
Oh,
I will do all the work for that. For all 37 games.
And for all 7 people who are going to watch it. Holy crap. All right. What are we doing?
I don't think optical drives are going. Joystick Guru just gave us a little essay. PSVR 2 late 2022 is my guess. Move controllers version 2 beginning on PS5 generation. Yeah. The used market in Japan is huge. I don't think optical drives are going anywhere. I was mostly trolling with that comment.
Mostly trolling.
Also, they pioneer new formats such as DVD, Blu-ray. Yeah. All right. Brian's going to call. So, yeah. But, I mean, honestly, like, optical drives...
I love the recordings. Oh, hey, thank you, new Patreon supporter, Orion Virchow.
Orion?
Thank you so much.
Aw, that's a great name.
Also, if you support us on Patreon while we're doing the live stream, we'll give you a shout out.
Seriously. Sim says, hello from Ireland. Let's get a smiley face.
Oh, Sim from Ireland?
Sim, yes.
He drinks a lot.
Ah.
Yeah, that's not even a racist thing.
It's actually a ginger beer, so don't get excited, folks.
Every time I'm streaming, he stops in. He's like, it's time to start drinking. He's hi from Ireland. Sim's a drinker. So I love the calls that I get, like the sales calls that first take 10 seconds for you to hear anybody, right? And then when finally, it's obviously a recorded voice.
Yeah.
Hey, hello, sir. How are you today? Pause, waiting for any response.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. So.
Oh, I never even make it that far. I pick it up. If there's silence, I hang up.
Oh, okay.
No.
So what do you think, Michelle? In spirit, she's here.
Oh, okay. Let's start the show like we do every week.
With a little game of should we or shouldn't we? When we put 90 seconds up on the clock, put the clock up on the counter the way that Jeremy likes it. Up on the counter. And that gives us 90 seconds to tell you, the loyal game cats, whether you should or should not be watching and or playing the things that we've been watching and or playing. Who would like to go first? We're really down to very few options.
Flip a coin, I guess. I'll go first.
All right, on your mark, get set, go.
So last week, I actually went back and played a game I hadn't played in quite a while, as much as I talk about it. I played Spark.
Nice.
There was a bunch of talk in the community, like people weren't able to connect, and there was just like, it's the Armageddon, they've stopped all support for it, we can't play anymore, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, all right, I need to check this out. So I fired it up. It worked perfectly fine for me, so I don't know what was going on there. But then I stuck around. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how much, like, I do rave about how much fun it is. And I played for 2 hours straight, met a couple awesome players. We were basically in advance, just kind of like rotating through. And it was phenomenal. I was just like, oh yeah, I remember how much I used to love this game. So I'm back on the Spark train now. If you haven't played it, there is still a very active community out there. There are a couple different leagues. Yeah, if you pop in the wrong time, there aren't a lot of people playing. But if you're in North America and you play during the day, just switch over to the European servers. There's usually more players there, and reverse that advice if you're in Europe. But either way, just flip. Go check it out, man. It's one of the best experiences in VR. I definitely want to recommend that. And then
you came into work hurting the next day.
I was in real bad shape because I hadn't used those muscles in a while. So I was doing a lot of like dodges. Actually at one point, I wish someone could have seen this. I actually legitimately ended up in like your 3-point superhero stance. It's like boom.
Oh.
Down. Yeah. I was like, oh, that was kind of badass.
Nice.
And that was it.
Wow. So just to piggyback on what you're saying about the about people being online, the great thing about Spark,
yes,
is that it only requires 2 people to play.
Yeah.
And so like it's not like you have to go in and wait for somebody. Like go on to our community and just literally post in our community.
Yeah.
Hey, anyone want to play Spark right now? Right, that's it, man. Somebody will be like, hey, there's like 1,300 people there going, all right, sure.
Yeah, it was just so fun. Like everything came back, and I'm like, lining up shots because once you get past the basic learning how to throw the ball, you need to like set up your moves in advance. Like, all right, I'm gonna throw high left here, and I actually gave away something that because where I was playing, I had a window very close to my left hand. So we were just talking about different people we had heard who had like, taken down ceiling fans and whatnot while playing. And I was like, yeah, just, in case you guys haven't noticed, I don't really go to the left very often because I have a window right there. Immediately, both of them started launching everything to the left. Yeah. It's like, I gave it away. So, yeah. Nick Milo, the Game Cat. My wife made so much fun of me for being sore from Spark, so I made her play it. And she stopped. She stopped playing Spark, or she stopped complaining.
Probably stopped, making fun of him.
Yeah, it's badass, guys.
I'm so sorry I haven't been paying attention to the chat, but Dragon God said, I just want to say thank you for all the great reviews. I just got the PSVR this week, and I'm loving it.
Yay, welcome.
Welcome to the family, dude. So I obviously, it's when somebody says, I just got the PlayStation VR, well, 2 things. One, when it's ever because of us.
Yeah.
That makes me like the happiest person of all time because PSVR is my favorite thing of all time.
Yeah.
And when I finally convince somebody to check it out, then that makes me really happy. But the other thing is like I'm so excited for these people, but they never tell me what games they got.
Right.
I'm like, what was your first experience? What was the first game you jumped into? Like you just got it this week. Did you dive into like some launch games? Did you go right to Resident Evil 7? Did you do Skyrim? Like what are you playing? Like how awful would it be if he was like, oh yeah, I got it, and then I got Wraith because you said it was good.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I really apologize about that Wraith review. I was definitely a little too kind, but still, I like Wraith. I'm apologizing to myself right now. I'm sorry, Brian. You liked it better than it was. I don't know.
That phone looks tiny. Oh, I jumped. And Nonchalant says, who wants to play Bravo Team? Smiley face. Anybody? No? Frowny face. Okay.
That's the thing. Skyrim.
Yeah.
What a great way to start.
Yep.
I mean, it's almost unfortunate when you start with one of the greatest games because there's nowhere to go but down. There's a ton of great games. Don't get me wrong. There's a ton of like games that are equal to Skyrim in terms of like awesomeness.
Yeah.
But as far as scope goes, it's like there's just no.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. Skyrim was a great game before it came to VR.
Yeah.
Then you add the VR icing on top of that, and it's it's unfair.
What's up, Dave Station? What's going on? Oh, Pugistan.
I actually made it this time. I should try.
I think spoilers for tomorrow. I think we read a Pugistan comment on Viewer Takeover.
Excellent.
I think.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yeah.
I should try playing Spark and Sprint Vector now that I have finally enough room to play them and haven't really played them much. Yes, you should.
Yeah, Sprint Vector. Whew, man, oh man. Talk about working some muscles that you don't usually use.
Yeah, I find Spark is more of a lower body workout, and then Sprint Vector is definitely more upper body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Spark, I mean, you're using your legs to kind of imagine. For those of you who haven't played, imagine playing dodgeball, but you've got like a 6-foot circle that you can't move out of.
Yeah. I played. Played the Astrobot demo. What is it? Nonchalant. I played Astrobot demo. Great game. I might need to buy it. You do need to buy it.
Yep. The demo is just the tiniest little teaser.
Yeah. As good as as good as like Resident Evil 7 will always be my favorite PlayStation VR game. I highly doubt that anything's going to take that spot anytime soon.
Yep.
But Astrobot, when I recommend things to people, not everyone's into horror games.
Sorry.
I'm going to take it away from you. You can have it back after class. Not everybody likes horror, you know?
Yeah.
But I can't imagine anyone not smiling while they play Astrobot.
No, I think maybe like the person in your life, I'm thinking like, you know, an older relative or something who just doesn't do gaming at all.
Yeah.
And you want to have them try, maybe not for them, but for anyone else who has any familiarity with gaming, Astrobot I think has got to be at least in the top 5 of games you should try first.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because it's a big goofy grin game.
Yeah.
There's just well, we've read about it enough, and I'm sure we'll do an episode on it at some point. But yeah, that's definitely got to check that out.
All right, on my mark, get set, go. So I got to talk a little bit about Transpose, because Transpose came out today, and it's awesome. Jesus,
right.
like it's a total should we spoilers for the rest of the night. My 90 seconds.
Hey, gamer tag.
So what up, GT? So here's the thing about Transpose. Transpose reminds me of playing a multiplayer game.
Okay.
That you have to beat all the other multiplayer characters.
Fun.
Right? They put you in this room, and they say, over here somewhere is this floating square block. And somewhere else is like a square hole that you got to put it in.
Okay.
And it sounds so easy.
Yeah.
Right? You go over 2 move controllers. You just walk over. You can teleport, or you can smooth like full locomotion. And you go pick it up and you go put it in the hole. Right? Super easy. And then suddenly you can't cross this barrier.
Okay.
Right? And so you literally have to pick the block up and throw it over there.
Yeah.
And then spawn a new character over there.
Oh, okay.
Who will watch what you just did.
Yep.
The block gets thrown to you. You go pick it up off the ground, and then you go put it in the hole. And then it starts introducing gravity.
Oh.
Right? So suddenly you're throwing things to people in different gravity areas.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. So you've got yourself playing, and you've got all these copies of yourself playing, and it's like the coolest thing ever when you have like 5 characters that you've all got doing different things, all working together to solve this puzzle, and you recorded. How long ago did I run out of time?
Whatever. I was just paying attention.
But when you recorded all of those movements, it's so crazy, and the game is so good about it like motion captures what you're doing.
Okay.
So like if you're looking up waiting for something, like your character that you're watching is like looking up.
Okay.
Right? It's just it's so cool.
So is it like the U-Seeks in Rick and Morty where it's like doing one-on-one, or you do an action and record it and it plays it?
So you do an action.
Yeah.
Like you can it seems to I haven't run into a point where like they're like, okay, that's too much time.
Yeah.
So like I could play with like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, that's enough. And like I'm like, and I end it. And they're like, do you want to trash what you just did, or do you want to start a new life and use that? I'm like,
Okay.
And so you start a new life, and then the second you step off the starting block, you watch your character go and do its thing, and you're like, there he is, he's going and doing it.
Okay.
You have a slider on your arm, you can speed it up or slow it down. And you go and you're like, okay, well, he's going to throw that block over there pretty soon, so I'm going to go over there so I can pick up the block, and I'm going to bring it over here. And
oh, that's cool.
You know, and I'm going to toss it to my future self that's over there, and then I'm going to create that future self, and then to go pick it up later. And then
that's nifty.
It is mind-boggling. Like they created this interesting. Like it's just I can't. It's so hard to even explain, but it's so much fun to play. It's like a puzzle game that I've like never seen before.
Kev Grant says, anyone play the Swapper on PS4? Reminds me of that.
Yeah, I played the Swapper. I actually played the Swapper.
Okay.
It was good.
It was good.
It's similar.
All right.
Right? The Swapper. Yeah. It's similar. It's not quite there.
So we've got Mezzed Up 1. Messed up. I just got that. Been gaming since Atari 2600. Astrobot will go down as a pivotal gaming experience for me, right there with my best childhood memories from NES, SNES, and PS. There is an icon in the way. PS1. Yeah, I think it's honestly, I think it's going to be that for this generation of gaming.
Shout out to Chris Mackin, our newest Patreon supporter. just became a Patreon supporter. Thank
That's
you so much for
fantastic.
your Patreon support. Yeah, guys, if you if you sign up for Patreon
Yep.
while we're doing the show, we'll give you a live shout out.
Absolutely.
Apparently, I didn't realize that would be a thing.
Nonchalant. Speaking of Rick and Morty, I downloaded Accountant Plus. Can we call that a game? It's interesting though. I had fun playing it. I think that's probably the best reaction to that. Accounting Plus is a lot of fun. If you like that, so let me underline this. If you like Justin Roiland's sense of humor, then it is fantastic, amusing, all sorts of fun. Calling it a game, there are game-like elements to it, but think of it more as like an episode of something you're experiencing.
Well, I think like we're in such an interesting place in video game history right now, where you have things that are like, I mean, I've played entire games that I'm not sure if they're a game.
Right.
And it's like I think we've really like loosened the definition of things that we play to call them games.
Yeah.
But games implies that they're fun. Games imply that they're that there's a lot of interactivity. Games
Right.
imply a lot of things that not all games subscribe to.
Yeah. I mean, there's a technical definition of a game. Actually, I was going to use that for a conversation we're about to have for a different game. But there's a difference between play and a game. A game is there's a number of players. There's a space you play it in. There are objects that you use to achieve a goal, and there's a set of rules that define what that goal is.
Okay.
Those are basically the four elements of a game.
Okay.
Play is where think of role playing. You just here's a space, do whatever you want. Now sometimes games evolve from play, but the point being, like something like Accounting Plus, there is, I guess, a goal you're trying to achieve, and there are sort of rules, but the rules don't really matter anyways. And you're more in it, I think, for Accounting Plus, you're more in it for the experience of, just as if you were watching a TV show, or you want to be entertained by what's going on.
Yeah, Blaze just said it's like an interactive cartoon. And
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love the diversity we have in gaming now. Like I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you start something up and you have no idea what to expect anymore.
Yeah, that's really exciting, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just a beige and gray shooter, which is basically the last 20 years of gaming.
Beige and gray shooter.
Yeah, everything is beige or gray, and you're shooting things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that definitely sounds like the PlayStation 3 era.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, actually, it sounds like every Killzone game.
Yeah.
Until
And
PS4.
then it sounds like every Call of Duty game. Sounds
Yeah,
like every
Battle-
Gears of War game. Sounds like
Yep.
Oh wait, Battle Mode Bainbridge. I hate this community. Oh wait, I thought this was the Microsoft AR community. Is there one? I mean, I guess the devs probably have a community.
I don't know.
Poor
Lots
Microsoft.
of questions being asked.
So is Here They Lie not a game then?
Here They Lie is a walking simulator.
Yeah.
And again, that's one of the many subgenres of video games
Yeah.
that like I'm thrilled that exists because man, I've loved so many. Like What Remains of Edith Finch. Like man, if I could get one walking simulator in VR, it would be that one. What a fantastic experience getting to like kind of explore someone's. Oh God, what did somebody say?
I just hope he's joking. Michael Moy, in VR diversity. Come on, we have no adventure games such as Skyrim. We just spent quite a lot of time talking about Skyrim in VR and how it was awesome. So I'm gonna guess you're being funny.
I mean, let's hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. We always get people dropping in either A, not knowing what they're talking about,
Right.
or B, just trying to give us a hard time. And honestly, I don't really care which one it is. The helicopter tease from Ultra Wings team. There's also the Ultra Wing developers are up to something.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know if it's going to be this huge DLC patch or if it's going to be or DLC
Another
pack.
game. Yeah.
Another game. I'm very, very curious to see what's going on. I have a feeling that they have a new flight game on the way.
What was? No, everyone's gonna pounce on me. What was that mech game that came with like the $2,000 controller?
Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion
on Xbox.
Where's the Steel Battalion for VR?
Well, we've talked about that at some point,
Yeah.
where Steel Battalion is the ideal game for VR because all you need are two move controllers to be like, you don't need the $200 controller. You're just like, I'm going to grab the stick, I'm going to click that button, and it's all virtual.
Right.
No, trust me, I've been Yeah, I've been beating that drum for a long time. Jeremy King.
Hey, I know that guy.
Says, hi, Gamecats. Wow, miss you and sorry I can't watch. The kids and I are on our way to paint some pottery before their gymnastics class this evening. Being a mama cat isn't a laid-back life.
Preach, sister. Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, it's just... It's a choice. I'm not going to be one of those people
What was it, though?
Yeah,
was it for everybody?
Well, not for everybody. But
was it?
If it is a choice for you, think about that choice. Not saying I don't love them dearly, but yeah, definitely cuts into my gaming time. And Polish Paul VR, you're right on the stick there. Awesome. Mezzed Up said he wanted to see a revival of beat 'em ups in VR, etc., etc., etc. And then Polish Paul said bloody zombies. Yep. Yeah. You guys solved it, so you know what? I'm just gonna close the chat because you have yourselves covered.
Yeah, like as far as Bloody Zombies, one of those games that like somebody who just said that Here They Lie. I think it's Polish Paul. Here They Lie. Boring on the flat screen.
Yes.
Bloody Zombies, boring on a flat screen.
Very.
You put these things into VR, and suddenly
it changes everything.
It does. It changes everything. It's a whole new world. It's ridiculous, and like It sounds so superficial to be like, oh, it's a new perspective. But man, it just makes it so much better. It makes it more immersive. Makes it more fun to look at.
But a new perspective on a 2D platformer literally changes everything. Or a 2D beat 'em up. Literally changes everything because you can look around and you're adding dimensionality to it, literally. So, yeah.
Definitely check.
I think that was probably my pick last year.
What?
First weekend. I think that was one of my favorite of the spooky games we did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Big fan.
All right.
Let's see. What are your thoughts on Tetris Effect? Did you play the demo?
No.
What?
I'm sorry. I've been doing other homework and other projects, so no.
Okay. Let's hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's take this for what we have.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Tetris?
So I love Tetris. Mm-hmm. I absolutely. I mean, I had the Game Boy, Tetris and
the OG Game Boy.
Yes. Oh no, I didn't have. I had the clear case. When did that come up?
Okay.
But
it was okay.
I played it a ton on PC as well. The arrow buttons, and I gotta say, like, I'm hesitant about trying the demo.
Well, it's too late.
What?
The Tetris Effect demo?
Oh, yeah. Because the window is closed. Yeah. I'm so on the fence about this because I love Tetris, I love VR, but I'm so gun shy. But like, why? That has to be very, very, very compelling for me to want to drop money on Tetris again. And so I don't want to kind of spoil it for myself by playing. Like, I want to try it when we actually get it and see if, like, do I still feel good? WTF does. Sorry. Okay, I have a life.
Actually, no. I mean, it's the demo was out for like 5 days. What's the 1st to the 5th, something like that?
Yeah.
I don't even know what day today is. 6th. And I've never seen. Like Bravo Team, they were the outliers who were like, hey, Bravo Team's actually a good game.
Yeah.
But like a good majority were like, it's not very good. I've never seen such a 50-50 clear divide on a game as I have on Tetris Effect.
Okay.
Half the people are like, this is incredible. I can't stop playing it. I can't, like, I just want to play it until the full game comes out, blah, 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 like just nonstop.
Yeah.
And then the other half are like, it's like 2D Tetris with like 3D effects.
That's what I'm afraid of.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. Like I understand how amazing Res is for some people, but it just never like got me like it got other people. Like I get how it's an achievement. I get how it's an interesting form of the gameplay. So if you're taking this developer of Res, who I'm sort of on the fence anyways, and saying, oh, he's going to bring his genius to Tetris, I don't know. So I mean I am going to play it. I do want to check it out. I want to be open-minded, but this is a long way of saying I haven't played the demo. One, because I don't have time, but two, I want to be as fresh-minded as possible when I go into it.
Hey, take it easy, Robert Meadows.
Bye, Bob. I love the song, by the way. He did a Beatles parody.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts on Tetris Effect as far as the demo is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I love the demo, but I don't. Tetsuya Mizuguchi,
yes,
made Luminous. Tetsuya Mizuguchi, Res, and here's what I think. I love Tetris Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I really do. I love Tetris Effect, but it's not going to convince anyone. It's not going to convince anyone who didn't like Tetris already that they're going to like Tetris.
Okay.
Like you really already have to like Tetris, or you really have to have never played Tetris before, right? One of the two, because it's not going to be like, hey, this is the new best way to play Tetris. It might be,
Yeah.
but it's not going to convince anyone who didn't like Tetris before that they should like Tetris.
Right.
What this does for me is it does exactly what I love about Luminous. Luminous on the PSP was like, I would love putting, like, I'd take my PSP, I'd sit on the couch, I'd put headphones on, and I would just sit back, and man, I would just like zone out to the music and the sound effects, and just kind of like fall into that zen state, and like just dropping blocks and making combos and doing the whole thing, waiting for the line to slide across, and just, man, I was in the zone, right? And like it felt like such an awesome experience because like all of these elements, the audiovisual experience works so well together.
Yeah.
So the Tetris isn't like a lot different than that. Like if Tetsuya Mizuguchi had said, hey, you know what? We're not doing Tetris Effect, we're doing Luminous Effect.
Yeah.
I would be in the exact same boat that I am right now as Tetris Effect. It's not about what kind of blocks are falling from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
It's about everything else that's going on. It's about taking in like the audiovisual experience and just, especially in VR.
Yeah.
The blocks are just going to sit there, and you're just going to take everything else in.
And honestly, like from what you're saying, the chat is exactly split too. There's, like Solo Vision saying he basically felt the same way I did until he played it, and he was wrong and he loved it. Darkwing Chuck, I played the demo and it was just Tetris with a bunch of visual effects that I didn't look at because I was playing Tetris.
There's that.
So yeah, it's I don't know. So I'm going to keep an open mind until I actually give it a try myself. I will let you know as soon as possible once I do play it. And we have Oleg Mix just came in with the question of the day. Hi, do you know when Beat Saber and PS4 VR comes out? And he's in Russia, so we don't.
Yes, we do. It's
He's just keeping it secret from you all.
yeah. Sorry, it's under embargo, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I mean I've been playing it all day. Playing it all day for review.
His arms are so sore.
Very sore. That's why I haven't like lifted him up past this.
No, that is the question.
So no. So and here's the thing. As of yet, right? As of yet, they haven't said it's not going to be 2018. They said 2018, and they have not yet said that it's being delayed.
Yeah.
So as long as what we've heard so far is still accurate, it's like within the next month and a half.
They're running out of 2018 though.
Perfect. Well, that means it's getting closer by the day, and whether it's coming out in 2018 or 2019, it's getting closer by the day. But man, that window is closing rapidly. Like I've said it over and over and over again, that this should be. Wait, I can't keep talking when you make those facial expressions.
And I'm just impressed by Gibson Underachievers. He loves Tetris. Referring to Tetris Effect, I love it, but I keep a Game Boy in my car with Tetris in it, so I can't be trusted.
Yeah, that's dangerous. Wait, Kevgret, why is Beat Saber January 2019? Wait, I think he's trolling. Yeah, so here's the thing. November is loaded. Yeah. Loaded, right? There's a lot of stuff coming out even next week.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff coming out and even when is Borderlands? Oh. Borderlands is what? The first week in December?
He might be trolling. Polish Paul just chimed in. New Beat Saber, new placeholder date on Amazon.
Yeah, no,
is 2019.
go fuck your clickbait bullshit, dude. Okay, I'm so sick of this shit. It's like, do we have to do it again?
I don't know. It's a rule. Once per show.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, if Jeremy was here, I'm not sure that's how that works. Okay. So I mean, come on, Amazon placeholders, really? Amazon placeholders for a digital game? I'm not really convinced on this one.
Yeah. I
think at a certain point, like something automatic happens over on Amazon, it's like switches everything over if it's not out yet.
Yeah.
There's no way. I think that Hyperbolic Magnetism, aka whatever the fuck they're called now, the Beat Saber team, right? It's like, what happened to your awesome development team name? Like, you're like, oh, Beat Saber is the only game we make, so we're just going to change our dev team name to Beat Saber team.
Pretty much.
Right, Hyperbolic Magnetism was cooler, guys. But it was a two-person team porting their game over to PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
They've said already months and months ago that it's not a very complicated game.
Right.
Right? It's Beat Saber is not a complicated game. I can't imagine the port process is taking that long. If I was a betting man, they've already said that all their resources are being put toward the PlayStation VR port.
Yeah.
They said this months ago, right? I can't imagine that the port's not done. I think at this point it's all licensing. At this point, Sony's getting on board. They're going in. Sony has the biggest. Come on, Sony is huge. Sony owns Columbia. They own all these different companies.
Yeah.
Don't they own Columbia? Yeah.
Yes.
Right? I don't know. Correct me, I'm probably wrong. But they own all these different music studios, so they have access to all these different music tracks.
Right.
Why not make the PlayStation VR version of Beat Saber like the most here's Beat Saber for $20, and then here is fucking hundreds of dollars of DLC.
Oh God, you're right.
Right?
Oh, you're painfully right.
So I'm sure it's gonna come. I'm sure it's gonna come with like 20.
Suck.
It's gonna come with like 20 games. But then you go, oh look, I can play this game forever, right? And that would be the smartest thing they could do, because everybody's excited for Beat Saber, and they've got access to the biggest collection of music on the face of the planet.
No, you know what's? It's going to be worse than that. It's going to be like a nerfed version for $10 with 5 license-free songs,
dude.
And then it's going to be like $20 for.
Pause. Sending me the link to the Amazon thing. I'm like, dude, this is. I saw your video. I know. I've already seen the placeholder page.
Man,
I just think that this is.
Dude, you just ruined my day. Oh,
dude,
because you're right. Yeah.
But how great would it be? I think it's great. I personally think it's great.
I'm old school. I like to pay for the game and play the game, and not continually pay for it for the next
But I don't think
year.
there's going to be a nerfed version. I think you're going to get the 20 songs or whatever that's going to come with it, right, for $20. And then you start seeing these DLC packs. Maybe they're by band, maybe they're individual songs for 99 cents each. Who knows what it is? But how great would it be to fill out your Beat Saber catalog with all of your favorite songs, and you get to play customized, like levels for all of your favorite songs. For me, this is great. I will happily spend an extra $20 to get 20 songs that I really, really want to play in Beat Saber instead of like the custom ones that came with it.
Yeah.
I'm like that's just me though.
No, you're right. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna make a ton of money, and Des is gonna be sad. I just want to buy a game and play it.
Then play what it comes with.
Yeah, but then I'm going to see those.
I'm generally not a DLC guy, but for something like Beat Saber is custom designed for DLC.
Oh yeah,
right. It's a money making machine,
Absolutely.
just like Rock Band before.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm thinking. And that's what's going to happen too. There's going to be the package like, oh, these 20 songs, like, oh great, there's that one Motorhead song I like, and 18 other songs I could give a crap about.
Well, and that's the only thing that I think could go wrong, is that they start packaging all these different songs from different genres together.
And that's exactly what they'll do, because they want me to buy 5 packs instead of the one like metal pack.
Well, then they lost the sale there, because I won't do that. Yeah. I'll be like, okay, I'm playing the 20 songs that came with it, and now you're not getting any money because you're not selling me the way I want to buy it. Yeah, I'm not a DLC guy. I generally just want to play, the game that they sold me.
Yeah,
and then be done with it. And usually by the time I'm done playing the game, I don't need DLC. Usually I've had enough.
Yeah.
So,
well, but for me, like Beat Saber, again, theoretically, is a game I could see myself revisiting, like a Spark, like To the Top, or something like that, where it is, because it's more physical. There really isn't a story you're playing. You can just kind of drop into it and play it every once in a while. So, yeah, Beat Saber with Gangnam Style and PSVR. Sure, why not?
Actually, yeah.
Madman in Black must be the only person who is not looking forward to Beat Saber and doesn't care when it's released.
No,
yeah, I wish I was as happy as you right now.
I think I think people are seeing videos of Beat Saber. People are like hearing how great it is, and I think when it comes out, I don't think there's gonna be disappointment, but I do think people are gonna realize, oh, that's all this is.
Yeah,
they're gonna go, okay, this is just an interesting new way to play Rock Band,
right?
And it's very cool swinging lightsabers around and like slicing blocks in half, but
without actually pretending you know how to play an instrument. Which I have people who have told me with a straight face that they know how to play guitar because they were good at Rock Band. Yeah,
what I never understood were people who, I had a roommate in Tennessee, Danny, and he was like, "Does this teach you how to play guitar?" I said, "No, it's fun."
Right,
and he goes, I don't get the point.
Right.
I was like, it's fun. And he goes, but why wouldn't they just teach you how to play guitar? I was like, because that's not what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a plastic instrument with 4 buttons on it.
Yeah.
I'm like a little switchy thing.
It's Donkey Konga, okay? It's just more buttons, that's all. Oh, hey, $5 from Mo Reactions. Thank you so much. That's amazing. How you guys feel about that Dreams Beta will not support VR? Also, do you think we'll have to wait for 2019 for Blood and Truth, even though they said 2018?
First of all, thank you, Mo, so much for your donation.
That's crazy good.
We
awesome.
really appreciate you. And he hit the $5 cutoff that we're going to start implementing, which is perfect. How do you guys feel about that Dreams Beta not supporting VR? I'm okay with it. It's a beta.
Right.
The fact is that for a long time, Media Molecule was saying that that Dreams would not have PlayStation VR support at launch.
Right.
And now it's going to.
Yeah.
That's a dramatic improvement.
It is.
Right? I will take that dramatic improvement and say, okay, go ahead, do the beta thing. I might play the beta in non-VR just to learn the mechanics, like learn how to program music and learn how to do this and learn how to actually design a level. And then when the game comes out, I already have those skills.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that. Do you care?
No, because I in general, I try to avoid betas and trials and things like that when I know, like, it's one thing if I'm not
like
sure.
Media blackout kind of thing?
Well, it's not necessarily media blackout. It's like, if I know I'm going to get the whole game at some point, I try not to do that because I don't want my expectations to be messed up with like a broken beta or a weird, trial game. But if I'm not sure, then I will try that out. So being that Dreams is something I definitely am planning on picking up once it comes out, I honestly could care less with what the beta, because I mean the beta, betas have kind of flipped in the public conscience. Betas like, oh, this is their chance to try the game before it's out. It's like, no, this is them explicitly telling them, we're testing this on you.
Yeah.
This is not ready. We're giving you a not finished version of this so you can tell us what's wrong with it. And I do kind of have a problem with, companies using us to test their products. So because I don't really care that the beta doesn't have VR support. As we've heard over and over again, the certification process is insane, and I'm sure they don't want to have to go through the certification process for a beta release of a product that will eventually be having the VR. So it doesn't upset me at all.
In Blood and Truth, Blood and Truth. See, you know what? Like, why? I'm assuming they said at some point, Blood and Truth is coming in 2018.
Oh, before you, Solar Vision actually has a good point. We should mention about Dreams. It's upsetting Dreams isn't for VR for the beta because all the creations are supposed to go into the actual game. So you can't create the VR title until it's released. I can see that, I guess, if you're really planning on spending a lot of time creating stuff in the beta version. But that's a good point. This Baird's mentioning, but again, for me, I'm not going to drop a lot of my energy into something that's not finished yet, especially if it's a creation tool, because they say that, but who knows? Maybe they'll find out. It's like, sorry guys, there's something wrong with the beta. We can't import your stuff anyways, because it's a beta, and that kind of stuff can happen. And you're going to click through all this, and that click through licensing stuff. They're going to say explicitly that's anything from you actually won't be able to import this to, even though we said you might be able to, you probably won't be able to we own it all. So, yeah.
So just the whole Blood and Truth issue here. I can't find. So in my brief cursory search of the internet, I can't find any place that says Blood and Truth coming 2018. In fact, since it was launched, since it was first announced, I never heard anybody say, "Here's the release date."
Mm-hmm.
I think at one point they said we're hoping for 2018.
Yeah.
But they never set a release date. And so whenever everyone keeps asking, "Where did Blood and Truth go? Where did Blood and Truth go? Where did Blood and Truth go?"
Yeah.
It didn't go anywhere. They're still making it, and I'm betting at this point it's a 2019 game, but I don't remember at least anyone ever saying, oh, December 15th, 2018.
Right.
So that's, unless you guys remember something that either got past me or that I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm going back here. I missed something. Let's see. Someone was saying something about dual lightsabers. That's why they wanted to play. And then someone else said something about the Disney. Oh, just an observer. Oh, stop commenting, people.
Wait, what? Don't stop commenting.
Oh no, just give me 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds. Just observe the game, Doc. I'm with you on that, Madman, but Disney did the whole standalone VR. It was obscenely expensive. I don't think they're willing to play ball with anyone, especially with EA in the mix. So, first question. Did anyone actually try that Disney thing? Because it was like the standalone AR headset with the lightsaber. If you did, let me know, because I saw it on sale at a used game store, and I was like, oh, is that worth picking up? But two, yeah, Disney and gaming is a whole other thing. And since Disney now owns lights, honestly, I'm surprised Beat Saber has survived this long.
What do you mean?
Without getting just sued to death by, even though it's not Star Wars, it is a lighted sword that they're using the name Saber for, and there's got to be some Disney lawyers who are looking like every press release, every sentence these developers say, just ready to pounce and destroy them.
Yeah.
Until they own them. So, yeah, I think Disney, I think Beat Saber needs to be playing it very, very carefully. Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting. I'm actually a little bit surprised myself. Yeah, and actually, we've got to wrap things up here. This has been an interesting Gamescast live because I was so busy all last night.
You're off script.
I didn't really get to prepare for the show, which is why there weren't really any trailers shown. And we didn't even talk about half the shit that came out this week.
Yeah.
But we got to get out of here. Des has to go do his thing, live his real life, and I got to have a little bit of food, and then in a half an hour from now, at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. These clocks are all fucked up.
Yes, that would be
at 2 p.m. Eastern. In a half an hour from now, I'm gonna stream Siren.
Cool.
And it'll be at least an hour, maybe two, depending on how long the game is, depending on how long I want to play it for. But you guys know, I always do streams that are like ridiculously long. Yeah, ridiculous.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you to everyone who donated during the live stream, and even the 3 Patreon subscribers?
Yeah, I think so.
We got during the show. That's crazy awesome. So for the 3 of you, welcome to the family. And for everyone else, thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by again.
All right, you guys. So that pretty much does it for another episode of PSVR Gamescast Live. We'll see you during. Hopefully you'll come back in a half an hour for the live stream. Siren, we love you all.
Well, he does.
I
tolerate most of you.
I always do this, and I never have the intro ready.